Welcome to DentaltownUK, a conversation with Abhishek Ganguly. First of all, thank you very much for joining us, because I know you've got a very busy schedule. So what brings you to Glasgow?
Well, I love Scotland. I have been to Edinburgh a few times, albeit on holiday and vacation, so I love being here. This particular trip, I come here to visit some of our customers and meet with yourselves, of course. Scotland, along with the rest of the UK, are an important market for us from an Invisalign perspective. And I always love to hear perspectives of providers, how we can help them get better with Invisalign, improve patient outcomes, and also listen to their problems and concerns and how we can alleviate and address those. So that's why I'm here.
Excellent. Okay, now a quick question about, I guess, the brand naming, if that's okay. We have Align Technologies and Invisalign. Can you explain, just in case anyone's uncertain as to what these different companies are?
So Invisalign System is not a company, right? So Align Technology is the company that manufactures the Invisalign System as well as the iTero brand of intraoral scanners.
Okay. So iTero falls under the Align Technology?
It does, yes.
Okay, and your position within the company then?
So within the EMEA region, we have split our business into the orthodontic channel and the general dentist channel. So I head up the general dentist business for Europe.
Excellent, very good. Now, obviously, Align Technologies is an absolutely massive brand. Can you tell us a little bit about the journey within that company, the milestones, and I guess what sets it aside from other aligners, other competitors?
Well, so we have had a very exciting journey. We started about 20 years ago back in San Francisco, and ever since it's been a journey which has been exciting and going from strength to strength with time. In terms of our key milestones, I think it's laden with innovations throughout our history. If you go back in time and look at our material science innovation with our Smart Track aligners, and then if you fast forward it to a couple of years ago, it's with Invisalign Go, our dedicated product for general dentists. So and between that, there has been innovations around the product, around how we move teeth, around scanning, around digital technologies. So that's been here's 20 years history of innovation and R&D, which I think is what sets us apart from competition as well, because we have had the longest heritage history in this field.
Of course, and I bet it's evolved massively in that time, from the very first Invisalign aligners to, as you say, all the very varied ways of doing it now with Invisalign Go and things.
Absolutely. I mean, if you go back to what we could do back in the day and what we could do now, it's a sea change, right? I mean, we can treat a large number of malocclusions now. And if you look at specifically our product recently that we launched for the orthodontic market, with especially for teenagers around the mandible advancement, it shows what we can do with plastic.
Excellent. I actually did the Invisalign Go training myself a few months ago, so that was with Lance down in London. It's fantastic, and the facility to take the photographs with the iPhone and upload them, and within 4 minutes, you've got a very clear picture for the patient to say, yes, this is suitable, we can go ahead, and then the patients are impressed.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely. What does this year hold for you then? It's there's obviously been huge advancements, but do you have any news you can give us for what you're doing just now, or any exclusives especially that you can tell us or announce?
Unfortunately, I can't get into things that have not been announced yet. But
so there are some then.
We always keep innovating, right? That's Align Technology for you. But specifically, I think my focus from a general dentist perspective is to spread the awareness of what Invisalign can do for them as practitioners. And also for patients, because we think that 75% of the patients need some kind of teeth straightening, and most of them do see general dentists. So our goal is to train as many general dentists as possible, expand the visibility and identity of Invisalign system in their practices, plus also help them, give them tools and help them convert more patients, how to talk about Invisalign, how does Invisalign help patients, give them those tools to communicate better with patients. Well, that's going to be front and center of our plans this year.
Excellent. And obviously the recent meeting in London with Christian Coachman and Digital Smile Design, I take it that's with regards to digital dentistry and how things progress is quite an important aspect of what you're doing.
Absolutely. I think That's a great question as well. And digital dentistry is a hot topic now, as you can imagine. And our collaboration with Digital Smile Design and Christian Coachman just kind of highlights what digital dentistry and interdisciplinary dentistry can do for dentists, and what options does it open up for patients as well as doctors. And it kind of it just brings the whole digital story to life when you bring in interdisciplinary treatment in a digital setting.
Absolutely, and it's great to have people like Christian involved and working on that as well. It's really good to see. We actually had Elaine Halley interviewed Christian and also Simon, I think, which we're going to be releasing also.
Elaine was a speaker at the event, and it was great to listen to her perspective as well.
Absolutely, good. Okay, so I guess we're thrilled to be working closely with Invisalign, obviously in Dentaltown UK, and also through DentaltownDentist.com. Where do you think the growth is coming from in the next few years? You talked about teenagers potentially. Is that the kind of main growth market, or do you see older patients, being?
I think it's a combination, right? I mean, we have historically been underpenetrated with the teenager segment, so that's definitely growth option there. But if you look at the population in general, and the fact that we are still very underpenetrated, even within the traditional orthodontic market, across all segments, whether it's adults, whether it's teenagers, it kind of lays out the potential right in front of us. But more importantly, there are many other patients out there who could benefit from teeth straightening, but who have never contemplated teeth straightening. So that's another massive pool for us to tap into, and that's where general dentists come in, because these patients do see a dentist, right, at some point in time during the year for hygiene checkups, for restorative work. And the more we can equip dentists with tools, with messages to convey the benefits and importance of teeth straightening to their patients, the pool will only go larger.
And certainly that was one of the big things that I picked up from the Invisalign Go training with Lance, where they were saying at your consultation, it doesn't need to be a hard sell or anything massive. You simply say to the patient, you've obviously got this mild crowding at the front. Is this something you've ever considered correcting? And the number of patients that then respond and say, well, I didn't think I could, or is it not going to be complicated? And it's almost as if within every dental practice there's another business just waiting to develop.
That's a great point, Mike, and I completely agree with you. Many patients we have seen never thought about teeth straightening because they always get drawn aback by the fear of braces. Because if you're an adult, you probably do not want to wear braces when you are out there in workplace or social settings. So the very fact that they are not aware of a virtually invisible treatment option holds them back. So once they become aware, obviously it opens new doors for everyone.
I think so, and I think for general dentists as well, to stay up with the other dentists in your town, because so many dentists are now doing this training course. I was in America just last summer in July, and walking around Disney World and walking around Universal Studios, I suddenly started noticing that clear aligners are very discreet and they're very, very hard to spot. If you look carefully, you can maybe pick them out. And looking around at the Americans, it astonished me how many people actually have them, and it's such a huge market. It's for me to be a dental practice and not be in that market. You risk losing huge potential growth for the business.
It's a great practice driver, and we have seen that regardless of geography, right? So the practices that run with Invisalign and offer that option to their patients, they grow fast. That's true, and we have got many examples to learn from. But I think we have to understand that the market in North America, US is different to ours, right? The regulations are different, the ability to reach consumers are different, and we are restricted in many ways and forms to be able to do that. But that said, the opportunity is there everywhere.
Yeah, I think so. And I see it being a huge growth, and not only, obviously there's the business perspective for a dentist, but also just being able to offer a wider range of services to your patient, and as you say, not scare patients with referrals to the orthodontist for something that bothers them a little bit, but they wouldn't necessarily want the full train tracks or braces for.
You're absolutely right. And again, I think there's also what we are seeing increasingly is this concept of minimally invasive or more ethical dentistry also being talked about in the dentistry forums with regards to you need to straighten first and then go on to do restorative work, or do you start off with restorations up front, which in some cases could be more invasive than the former option.
And that's a great point, because a lot of the cases that we're publishing, it's exactly that. It's aligning and then going on to the restorative element. One of the other things I really like about the Invisalign platform is, I'm an Invisalign Go practitioner. We have other dentists who've done the full training. I know Mike is in the room. I've not yet done the full one. We'll get there. But the great thing is, within the system, we have the ability then to refer on to a practitioner. So anybody who's thinking about starting Invisalign training and they're a bit concerned or feeling overwhelmed about more complex cases, I love the fact that there's a nice, easy way of seeing the patient, doing the assessment, and then referring on to a clinician who has the skills to take on a bigger case. And I think that's quite an important aspect of that as well for the iGo.
It is, right? And I think, the way the iGo product was designed was to reduce the barriers for general dentists to start with Invisalign. And of course, also to bring general dentists and even orthodontists closer together, right? So if there's a referral mechanism built into a workflow, then the whole profession of dentistry, whether it's general dentists or orthodontists, benefit.
Absolutely, good. Now, obviously, you're a busy man, and I take it you travel the country, and you're on the move quite a lot. Or are you based in one place?
No, I am. I live pretty much in an airplane, right? So and I live out of suitcases. No, I do travel a lot. My job entails traveling, but it's what it is.
And is that mainly around the UK, or do you go to Amsterdam?
I'm pretty much all over Europe. So I do spend a lot of time in Amsterdam. I do spend a lot of time in my other markets that I'm responsible for. I do occasionally travel to the US as well. So it's pretty much all over.
Excellent. So I take it, it is a global brand. So you're off working in America also then? It's the same company, essentially?
It is the same company. We have our headquarters are in San Jose, California. We do go there once in a while for meetings or getting to know people, and also to understand what's coming next. So yeah, it is a global company, truly global company.
Excellent. Now, I noticed I searched you on LinkedIn last night. I know you know that because I requested a connection with you. So I saw historically you worked, was it Johnson & Johnson you were with before?
I spent about 12 years at J&J.
Okay. Excellent. And do you feel, I guess in the progression of your career, what kind of prompted the move? What excited you about Align Technologies?
Again, I think the story of innovation, the rapid growth that we have been seeing, and the fact that it's still a very underserved market, and our ability to use our innovation and to make a difference for patients and for the profession as well is immense. And it's not, it's a smaller company than J&J, faster paced. That brings its own excitement. So all in all, it was a decision that I will never regret.
Excellent, good. And when you're not working, then when you're not living out of an airplane, what kind of things do you do to unwind?
Well, I've got a 10-year-old boy, so when I'm not traveling, he takes up most of my time, and rightly so. Other than that, I'm a big cricket fan. I do play for a local club as well. The kind of cricket that middle-aged guys play and then go for a beer afterwards. But other than that, I do follow cricket regularly and very intently.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to...
Thanks for having me.
No, not a problem, and safe onward journey. And we hope to speak to you again at some point soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.